While there aren't too many concrete details surrounding the Master of the Mystic Arts sequel thus far, there is plenty for hungry fans to speculate about. One thing is for certain, whatever Marvel decides to do with the Good Doctor, audiences everywhere can expect something strange. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness may not have started production yet, but that's never stopped Marvel from knowing exactly when a movie will hit theaters. At the 2019 San Diego Comic-Con, Marvel head Kevin Feige unveiled details on Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, including official release dates for all of the company's major upcoming projects in 2020 and 2021. This announcement included a May 7, 2021 release date for the freshly minted Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. The decision to move Doctor Strange from November to May showcases just how popular the character has become in the past few years. While November and the beginning of the holiday season is certainly a traditional home for some major films, May still holds more prestige in Hollywood circles as the beginning of the blockbuster season. Marvel clearly has a lot of faith in this particular sequel to put it at the forefront of its summer 2021 slate.
Who's laughing now?
Marvel Studios turned heads back in 2014 when they announced the hiring of Scott Derrickson to direct the then upcoming Doctor Strange. Before helming the big-budget superhero flick, Derrickson's career consisted pretty strictly of horror fare. From The Exorcism of Emily Rose to Sinister to Deliver Us from Evil, the director cut his teeth on flashy films intended to frighten moviegoers. Despite his unassuming track record, Derrickson turned out to be an astute pick, with an eye for striking visuals proving to be an essential asset to the project. Doctor Strange has a look and feel that is unique in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, deftly blending martial arts choreography and surreal digital imagery that would make Inception's Christopher Nolan blush. In December 2018, Marvel officially brought Derrickson back to helm Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. With Derrickson back, and with Benedict Cumberbatch returning as the Sorcerer Supreme, the future of the series is clearly in solid hands. There may not be an official plot synopsis for Doctor Strange 2, but plenty of potential story hints have been dropped by some behind-the-scenes people who are in the know. In an April 2016 interview with Double Toasted, Doctor Strange co-writer C. Robert Cargill stated that Marvel felt some of the initial ideas he and Derrickson had for the first film highlighted too much of the quote-unquote weird stuff associated with the character. To introduce the hero, they reasoned, the origin story would have to ease audiences into his bizarre world.
Who are you in this vast multiverse? Mr. Strange?
However, Marvel did tell the pair to hold on to their more outlandish ideas for potential future films in the franchise. Referencing The Dark Knight, director Scott Derrickson told Den of Geek in 2016, "What made The Dark Knight so great was that the origin story of Batman had been well told, and then it was time to bring in a villain where you really got to go deep. And not just the Joker, also Two-Face. It was a more visceral experience. I'd love to be able to do that for Doctor Strange." While on stage at the 2019 San Diego Comic-Con, Derrickson said, quote, "We're gonna make the first scary MCU film," which, in addition to the announcement of a new Blade project, raises the following question. Just how horrific will Marvel let their franchises get? Potentially pretty grim, especially considering the fact that Derrickson has been playing with the idea of introducing Marvel villain Nightmare, the demonic ruler of the Nightmare realm, into the MCU. Spooky stuff. Marvel fans got a pretty exciting surprise during the 2019 San Diego Comic-Con when it was revealed that Elizabeth Olsen's Scarlet Witch would be joining Cumberbatch and company for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
When you have a strong sorcerer, it also helps when you have a strong witch, and the Scarlet Witch is appearing in this movie alongside her. Let's bring Lizzie Olsen back out!
Seeing as there are no Avengers flicks on the upcoming docket, and the fact that her own powers draw upon the mystic arts, it makes sense that Scarlet Witch would join Doctor Strange in the horror-tinged sequel. Benedict Wong has also been confirmed for Doctor Strange 2, returning as Strange's trusty sidekick, a character also coincidentally named Wong. A prolific performer on stage, screen, and film, he has been steadily acting since the early 1990s and has appeared in numerous sci-fi films, including Sunshine, Moon, Prometheus, and The Martian. So we've got a beloved Avenger joining forces with the Sorcerer Supreme, and we've got a fan-favorite supporting character lending his talent to the big screen once more. But the looming question on everyone's mind is, what about Chiwetel Ejiofor as Mordo?
You still think there will be no consequences, Strange? No price to pay. We broke our rules just like her.
The post-credit scene at the end of Doctor Strange certainly paints Mordo as a villain and sets him up to be a baddie in future films. But whether that comes to fruition in the sequel remains to be seen. The state of the MCU as we know it would be dramatically different if Stephen Strange had not convinced Tony Stark that he was the key to saving the universe. For a character who had barely been introduced a year and a half before Avengers Infinity War's release, Cumberbatch's Strange had a shockingly important role to play in the unraveling of the end of Marvel's Infinity Saga. But now that Endgame has come and gone, breaking box office records along the way, what does the future of the MCU hold for Stephen Strange? Earth has lost 3 of its greatest defenders with the deaths of Tony Stark and Natasha Romanoff, not to mention the time travel-induced aging of Steve Rogers. Clint Barton seems content to permanently retire after all the chaos, and Thor is out in space with Marvel's other super team, the Guardians of the Galaxy. Could Stephen Strange step up to fill the heroic void left in Thanos' wake? Only time will tell. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Looper videos about your favorite stuff are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.